All right, let's do it live on a Football Friday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. I am merely Bo. He is the great Z. How you living, buddy?
I'm doing well, dude. Doing well. I really enjoyed last night's game, which went exactly
as we said.
Winning, because that's how we do on Thursdays.
That's right.
This is what we do.
That's right.
We produce
straight dubs.
Straight dubs.
That's right.
And by the way, this was one of those interesting ones that, depending on when you ventured to the window,
to the scores.
This is one that everybody you could have hit both. There was a nice middle that was then ultimately created.
There was.
It happened to fall right in.
Yeah, it did. I think what you saw last night was when you have a culture tornado like Mike Vrabel come into a situation where they kind of luck into the quarterback. You get one, and they got one. He was the third quarterback in that draft. Mike obviously liked him from afar. That was always obviously a job that he would have interest in, because you knew he wasn't going to deal with that again, where he's trying to do piecemeal stuff with quarterbacks. Like, I'm gonna get a guy, and it's going to be a guy I like. And now you put culture tornado with franchise quarterback, and now you have a team that's won 8 in a row. That, quite honestly, it's hard for me to imagine a situation where they are not the 1 seed in the AFC now. Have you looked at their schedule? They still play Buffalo. There's one more that they won't be, that might be a coin flip, but Buffalo's at home.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to imagine. Buffalo they have. It's hard for me to imagine them anything worse than 12-5.
All right, 9-2 at Bengals, home Giants, home Bills, at Ravens, at Jets, home Dolphins. So
they're not losing more than
4.
They're not losing more than 2. Like 3 of those would be stunning.
Sure, which is still
12-5, which really good chance at being the number 1 overall seed.
Yeah,
with the way all the rest of this is going to shake out. So yeah, that's what happens when away you go. Ta-da.
Yeah, they're quite good, and they also kind of had a with Travion. They've had they didn't have to trade Carlos Hyde to get Nick Chubb going. Ramondre got hurt, and now it's like, oh yeah. I mean, remember, I was talking about this.
I know, you're like, he's a bust.
I was saying, why isn't he playing?
What's going on?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make sense. No, he's really good.
So why would they have not
So
played
the only
him?
thing, somebody said this morning, we were talking about this.
Doesn't make any sense.
Somebody said that he put the ball on the ground early in the season.
And he missed one blitz pickup.
And I don't know, feels like this upside is greater than that.
But you could also argue and say that level of accountability that Mike Vrabel said, I know you're a stud, and you know you're a stud, but you're going to have to get to the point where I can fully trust you to get the opportunities. Also seems to have worked, because it's not like they lost a bunch of games because he wasn't playing.
They won the whole time.
And now he's maybe even more locked in than he would have been and playing at a very high level. Drake May is awesome. Those uniforms are fantastic.
They look good, don't they?
I think they should be in their closet at all times.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
So it was hard in our game to see this, because he threw 5 passes beyond the line of scrimmage. Justin Fields,
move closer to the mic, please.
I mean, I don't know how much closer.
He's pretty close.
I'm pretty close.
Yeah, he's probably 3 inches. Yeah, he's pretty close, Gibby.
I don't know.
Yeah, you might have a little mic issue there.
Great.
He's about
I
normal.
I apologize for interrupting you. I just am like, something's
not right.
Here.
Yeah, he's at his normal distance.
This was exactly.
This is normal
very
distance.
Normal. It was very normal. But I'm going to get closer. Closer still? Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
With Justin Fields that you couldn't see in our game live, and yeah, you could see a little bit of it on tape prior, but he had a much easier game, I'd say, against the Bengals, because they don't rush the quarterback at all. He only throws the ball 1 speed, and it is
100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of touch.
There's none.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I know that we were in on that Adonai Mitchell. We ended up we ended up being part of that trade. Like, that guy got open against Christian Gonzalez 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Now, part of being a receiver, there's 2 parts, right?
Yep.
Get open and then catch the ball. And he did not catch a couple of them, but Fields just throws like rockets.
Yeah, and I don't know. He's one of the most puzzling prospects for me personally, because of how great he was at Ohio State for 2 years. He was great for 2 years. And coming out, And he had that truncated COVID year where the Big Ten tried throwing away the season, and he went on Good Morning America and saved it and all that stuff. And but he played one of the best games I've ever seen a quarterback play at Ohio State in the national semifinal against Clemson in 2020. Just a stupefying performance when Clemson was Clemson. And I just always wondered, like, it just was so fragile, that spot in Chicago. And they sent him out against Miles and us here in his first start, and that was malfeasance.
And I knew it from talking
to
people on that staff who were on our old staff, and like it was like he was being led to slaughter.
Yeah.
And they were well aware.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
9 times he was sacked.
I know it. And it was like
Ferris Bueller.
9 times. And it's like now I don't know. It's too far gone, I think. I don't know if he could. I would go McVay, Shanahan, like those guys.
That's
and
the only
see if you
chance.
can rehabilitate.
And quite frankly, I'm going to tell you another one. I think that might be the only chance for a Trevor Lawrence. I think that these guys, because Trevor Lawrence was as billed as the most can't miss since Andrew Luck.
Fair. Yeah.
I think that with Herb that year, all of that, it's devastating. And it's just such a mental game. And then when you start to doubt yourself or you start to play differently or think or try to aim the football, any of those things, it all goes. Mm-hmm. You know, when Justin Fields, I'm pretty sure at Ohio State was playing very confidently.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence at Clemson was playing very confidently.
Absolutely.
And I think those guys get derailed, and you need somebody to build them back up and not only build up their confidence, but rebuild maybe their process. Because my guess is you're talking about guys, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, who have gone through how many different processes, right? So you're going, I'm in Chicago, it's not great. Then I'm going, and now Arthur Smith's telling me to do it this way. Now I'm in New York, and I'm sure they're telling him to do it another way. But you need somebody, as Daniel Jones said, that his time with Kevin O'Connell was invaluable. Like, I think what's crazy is you could get a situation where the Justin Fields of the world, if Trevor Lawrence ends up not being there, if Kyler Murray, for example.
There's another one.
I would, if those guys are thinking like big picture, which it's hard to do now, there may be a team out there that says, okay, we're going to make you our starter and we're going to pay you, the $20+ million. Okay, fine. You do that. That's why Justin Fields took that. But if not, I'm saying I'm going to go, and what I'm going to call this is almost like a redshirt year, where the good news for me is I'm still going to make like $3 to $5 million to go to quote unquote school, and I'm going to go to. Let me be a backup for you.
Yep.
And that's all I'm asking for. Let me be
Minnesota,
backup for you.
San Francisco, Rams.
Yep.
Go to one of those spots. You might be able to go to Seattle now too, but like
he's not going to be there next year.
He won't be there. But like go to those type of spots and go to quarterback finishing school.
Yeah.
Is or rehabilitation.
Totally.
It's kind of what it is. I'm with you. I'm watching that last night. I'm going, God, I know he had to take it like 2 years, $40 million guaranteed, Jets starter, all of it, but like they should have gone the other way with it. Really should have. So yeah, it's tough to watch. It's tough to watch how the way that he plays quarterback now compared to what he was coming out of.
And I think it's one of those great what ifs. I think if he is, let's say he is drafted by Kyle, instead of they doing that, they give that all up and they take Justin Fields instead of taking Trey Lance. He may be playing for Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I think that the nurture of a young quarterback is so massive.
Yeah.
And I think, you look at, for example, with us, with Bake, like when you have to go with a different offensive coordinator every year, and then obviously we know some of the other circumstances around it, that's really hard. Mm-hmm. And now he's had guys kind of cycle out in Tampa because they played so well that, now Liam Cohen's a head coach, but it's always been somebody. Dave Canales before Liam Cohen went to Carolina. And then so basically it's the same system, same guys from within are maintaining it. And he's been able to play really well. It's just, it's watching that it was just stark. And I felt it was almost kind of like the Patriots were not toying with them. It was basically like, we know we're going to win this game. Whether we're going to, do we care about the scores enough to really go out there? And, sure, we'll go ahead and, do some things there. But it just –
There was no
There was
threat.
they were never going to lose that game.
Never.
You never – even the Jets went down and had the best drive of the game, right? They score 7-0, and you're just like, okay. And then they go right back. 2 drives were the entire first quarter.
Yep.
I will say this. I got another comment from last night because last night I was able to Miss K was out at the Cavs game.
Oh.
So after our show at MGM, I got to go home and really just kind of lock in. Had a leftover bowl of beef soup.
Lovely.
A little glass of wine.
What
and
a
then
treat.
I was dialed and really I was locked. This is kind of the first Thursday night game where I've actually really kind of locked into the commentary. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Al and Herbie, like from where they started,
I agree.
They really like each other now. And there's a chemistry.
I couldn't agree more.
And it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I think, and I know that Herbie gets a lot of criticism and certainly got a lot in the NFL world when he gets there. He's a very easy listen.
Totally. And he's much better.
Yeah, he knows the NFL more because he's now in year 3 of doing it, so he knows the league more.
Yeah.
It's easier to do because he's more familiar with it, and then he's just a very at ease broadcaster.
Totally.
And Al loves it. I mean, it's good. It's a really nice product right now. A couple of things. Practice just wrapping up this week. Out for Sunday, Alex Wright. Your questionables are Malik Collins. Coach said Collins felt something during practice, didn't finish today. Denzel Ward. Coach said Ward came down with illness today. Doesn't have a good update or feel if he will go on Sunday. I would be shocked.
I would be shocked as well. But you still don't like the kind of the end there, right? You don't like the Malik Collins on a Friday and oblique. Yeah. Those are the ones that you don't like as much. Certainly, I think with Denzel, I'd feel pretty good about that. You got to see how he feels coming through.
It's going around, man.
For sure. But yeah, I think that the Malik one is the one that makes you a little nervous. He's playing so great for you. He's basically your second best pass rusher on this team, 4 sacks. He's done an excellent job. So, and this is a game where,
no Malik
all hands
and
on
Alex
deck.
too.
Yeah, that's that's not insignificant in any way, shape, or form. Now,
second and third best defensive linemen this year, those two.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yes, most definitely.
Yeah. On the Ravens side of things, Rashad Bateman did not practice. Marlon Humphrey either. We know all of those. If Bateman can't go, Harbud says Devontae Walker would be next man
up. That's the guy who only catches touchdowns.
That's all he does, man.
Like Chris Carter.
He is. Harbor also said, we'll see if Mike Green can go on Sunday. The second-round pick, I believe, out of Marshall. So there you go on that. Justice Hill, the backup running back, was on the field for the first time this week. So that is your injury report for Sunday between the Browns and Ravens. And those are your hot topics today, presented by University Hospitals, official healthcare partner of your Cleveland Browns. We want to remind you to light up the stadium at Sunday's game with the 2 fan-powered light shows featuring performances by Cleveland natives Welshly Arms at halftime and Max Stack to kick off the fourth quarter.
Max.
Fans can join by scanning the QR code on the scoreboard or sync your phone's flashlight with the music and be part of the show. Our old buddy, Charles Davis, he's on the call, and he will join us coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. All right, welcome back. Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly. He is, I think, a great friend of the program. He is the NFL on CBS. He is your analyst. He's going to be on the call Sunday, and he joins on the Twisted Tea Hotline, presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, official sponsor of your Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. He is the great Charles Davis. Charles, so great to talk to you, buddy. I just want to start off topic quickly because you always have your hand on the pulse of new shows that are to be watched. So what are you watching right now? What has your attention right now?
Absolutely nothing this time of year. I hate to disappoint.
He's locked in. He's too busy. He's dialed.
But during football season, I'm an avid reader, guys. Like, I will read. And for me, this time of year is almost torture because all I'm reading are game notes, media guides, news clips from around the country, right? You know, my coach's notes that I take during meetings, all that sort of stuff. I'm not reading Harlan Coben and Lisa Scottolini and Francesca Saratella and all the people that I love to read because this time of year I can't. I've got a stack of books already next to the bed, and I'm looking at them going, my last game is early January, and go. So I apologize, guys, because you guys know you're exactly right. I love to watch something good, something new.
Yeah.
And right now it's just not the time.
Charles, we get ready for this one. Browns, obviously, we know our struggles. Ravens are surging. What are the big storylines to you kind of in this game?
I think for me in this game is it starts with the Ravens because they're doing exactly what you said. They're surging. And let's be honest about it, guys. A 1-5 start is not any time that any of us who claim to know ball would go on radio, TV, all the platforms that we have, right? And say, this 1-5 team, they're still dangerous.
Yeah.
Because we're likely to be ushered off air and contract taken and never work again, right? But that Ravens team allowed us to do that because they were 1-5, not because they were playing so poorly. They were. But as much more, you got numbered all-stars hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you looked at that injury list, and you're talking about 7 Pro Bowler, all-pro type players not playing in games, including a 2-time league MVP who was missing games after a hamstring. Yeah, they hit a rut where it wasn't all injuries, guys. Look, they didn't play well. I think it all really came to a head up at Kansas City when they went in there and guys were dropping like flies, and Kansas City was taking it to them. I mean, it was a double whammy on them. But now they're getting right, haven't they? And it should only keep getting better from their perspective. Now, the tough part is if you're doing nothing but chasing all year long, it takes more out of you than what people think. But let's be frank. Is Pittsburgh not making it easier on them and taking a lot of the lift off of them? Because by rights, they should still be 3 games down. And you're looking at a bigger mountain to climb. They have a chance at the end of this weekend to be even with Pittsburgh. That's a whole different mindset with a lot of season left. So that's the biggest storyline for me. When I flip it over to Cleveland, my storyline is on youth and how youth is being served, and there's some really good youth on this team. I don't think we're at the stage of the old school coaches where, hey, what's the best thing about your freshman, coach? Is it one that he's going to be a sophomore? Remember that one?
Yeah.
That's not what we're talking about. You have a lot of youngsters who are playing in key roles and probably will be given bigger roles as time goes on. I like the maturity. I like the way they're going about it. I'm still trying to figure out what it is about the franchise that Kevin Stefanski has to go in and say, well, we're the first team, this year to hold people under 170 yards and lose both games. And we're the first in 225 games that, we didn't turn it over. We held them under 170 yards, and somehow we got beat. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. After a while, you have to fight that with your players like we've got to be cursed or something. And that's a mindset that I know Coach Stefanski and the team are working on.
Charles, when you talk about the rookies, and there are a lot of them, and we'll get into Carson and Quinshawn and Harold Fannin, but we got, I think, start with the quarterback. What have you seen from Dylan Gabriel? What have you seen in the NFL relative to what you thought of him? I know you're one of the better evaluators out there, especially at that position when he was coming out of Oregon.
I think I've seen everything that I saw at UCF, at Oklahoma, and at Oregon in 63 college starts. You see flashes of all that every weekend. You guys know him, right? So for those who have never had a chance to meet Dillon Gabriel, the idea that he is a 23, 24-year-old kid, is that what he is, somewhere in that neighborhood because of the years in college?
Yep.
From 22 to 24, you sit down and talk to him, and you walk away and you question your own maturity.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, geez.
He's an impressive kid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's a really impressive kid. And he doesn't come across in a way where you go, oh, he's one of those kids, who has the maturity, and he's speaking in strict sound bites, and, he has the best phrase for everything. It feels very natural, very honest, very real. But he's absorbed lessons along the way that most of us don't really take in and adopt until maybe we're in our 30s or 40s. He's already seeing the world in a different lens and living that way and applying it. Now, let's go to on the field. The thing that I'm seeing with him is there's a reason the ball's going to the tight ends a lot. Number one, you've got two really good pass-catching tight ends.
Yep.
Number two, your wide receivers haven't been consistently in the lineup that you've developed a rapport. But I do think that has got to start changing a little bit for him to have more success. He's got to find more plays with Judy. Cedric Tillman's got to give him plays out wide. They've got to develop some people out on the perimeter because everything right now, remember how we used to talk about football being played in a phone booth when everybody just ran it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And ball was played between the hashes? That's where his eyesight is right now. That's where the confidence is. That's the easier throws for him. That's where the game's being played for him right now. And understandably so. It's not a criticism. It's just an observation. But until that scope gets advanced and widens, the offense has trouble now.
Yep.
Because if everything's right in there, until someone hurts you out wide, why are you going to spend much time on it? You're not as a defense. You're going to marshal your forces. And you're playing a team this week where if you want to play down the middle, you've got a rookie safety and an experienced safety who play really well in the back end, and a safety who is really all-world, whether he plays back end, front end, or mid-level. So if you're going to play in the middle of the field this week, everybody better be ready and understand what you're dealing with.
And Roquan
you're not
Smith.
Dealing with you're not dealing with me down there. I'm talking about deep. All right, you're not dealing with me back there where you can make play after play. You're dealing with some legit dudes. And when you go to the next level, the underneath level, and Agent Zero's involved.
Yep.
Okay, who plays the pass pretty darn well. I still remember a Miami-Baltimore game a couple years ago when Miami still had the shine on them, and they were playing late in the season. Our crew lucky to have it, and it was a game for positioning. Miami could improve their seeding, right? They were going to the playoffs. Baltimore was playing for the number 1 overall seed. This year, Kansas City beat Baltimore to go to the Super Bowl, all right? That game was like a track meet early. Remember how Miami used to start and just boom, 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 right? You had to adjust to the speed. And they're just racing up and down the field. I think it was somewhere in the neighborhood of a 14-14, 17-14 game, whatever, right? And Miami throws one into the middle of the field, and Roquan Smith hit the person catching the ball. He hit him so hard that kid's family was like, oh, I felt that. And the whole game changed.
Yeah.
And by the time it was over, Baltimore was in the 50s and Miami was still in the teens, and that was all she wrote. Yeah. All I'm saying is that's what you deal with Baltimore, and you have to be careful of that. I can't wait to see Dillon Gabriel's scope widen out, but he has to have people give him a reason for it to widen out.
Charles, he's if you think back to the way that this, and we do this every day, but the way that this thing was kind of put together was, and initially it was going to be with Kenny Pickett, was take care of the ball, don't turn it over, play great defense, be good in special teams. We haven't been good in special teams. We've played great defense. But the big part of it was don't turn it over. When you evaluate young – Dillon isn't turning the ball over.
No.
But he's also there's a risk-reward thing there, right, where you have to be – right now it feels like our entire offense is playing in the red zone is kind of the way that it feels watching it. So when you're looking for a young quarterback to take that next step, what to be someone who is not just a game manager to the absolute highest power, but also a playmaker. What do you look for in them?
Make it very simple for you. You're right. He's not turning it over, but you're turning it over on downs.
Mm-hmm.
You're having to punt.
Yep.
For the next step is 3, 5, 7 times in a game, hit that throw that turns into a first down on 3rd and whatever, right? On 2nd and whatever. Hit a shot and start the chains again. Stay on the field on offense and give yourself a chance to make some of those bigger, more explosive plays. We had Miami Buffalo last week, obviously a shocker, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what Miami did really well in that game? Is that they ran the ball so effectively and created plays on 2nd and 3rd down that by the end of the game, bigger plays occurred.
Yep.
Right? You stick with it. You're out on the field longer. The defense has to play more plays. You wear them down a little bit. And by the end of the game, Achane was wild, you see? And that's what you're trying to get to if you're Cleveland. Because you want to run the ball. That's who Cleveland is. That's the DNA. But if you can stay on the field more on 3rd down and make that opposing defense play more plays, you might break some of those. Judkins might break a 5-yard run into something bigger later on, right? If Dylan Sampson gets an opportunity, it might break a little bit. Maybe that short pass to Jerry Jeudy across the middle now break. You see where I'm going with it. But for Dylan, Gabriel, who I love as a kid, got to hit some of those throws. Can't be always going to the bench and punting it away and keep putting the pressure on a terrific defense.
Charles, when you talk about this Ravens defense, and you kind of highlighted what they're doing in the middle of the field, and really over the last 3 weeks, they have been a much better defense than they were through the first 6 games. Now, part of that could be schedule, but at the same point, they're playing. It's kind of like last year. They were a bad defense the first half, and then they became really good
they took off
over the second half. It feels like the trade for Alohi Gilman has unlocked something for them. What has he done that has made them better?
He has allowed Malachi Starks to keep growing without as much responsibility on the back end. And now Starks is playing with way more confidence. Have you watched in the last couple of ball games?
Yeah.
That's the kid they drafted out of Georgia, right?
Yeah.
And now you can take Kyle Hamilton. And isn't it weird? Because last year when they took off, Kyle Hamilton was playing more in the back end.
Yep. And this year it's the
opposite.
opposite.
Making plays that way. This year they just flipped it, and now he is just a pterodactyl coming at you from every angle possible. And guess what? You got to deal with him. He is really, really impactful. So that has changed. Here's the other part. Their guys up front are playing much better on the defensive, like Travis Jones, right? Brent Urban, right? Banabike's been gone a long time. It took a little while, I felt like, to get their footing and firm things up, but that's happened. And as we already discussed, the injuries have healed. And when Roquan Smith is now back at full speed, oh my.
Yeah.
Okay? So that helps you in a big way. That's all happening for them now. Wiggins has really developed at corner too, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggins has really developed at corner and become that corner they've been looking for a while.
Yeah, Charles, we think they're going to win the division.
Yeah, we thought it at 1-5.
We thought it at 1-5.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, we were here at 1-5, and I'm like, they're going to win their last 10, 11 games, and they're going to go 10-7, 11-6, and they're going to win the division.
My caveat on all of that, like none of us counted them out at 1-5 because we were looking to see what Pittsburgh was going to do.
Yeah.
And when Pittsburgh went to Cincinnati and did what they normally do, which is drop a game they shouldn't drop early, it's almost a lock, and they did it. That Thursday nighter.
Yep.
The year before, they did it with you guys, with Jameis on a snowy night. They shouldn't have lost that. That should have been their game to win. They didn't do it. Give Cleveland credit. I'm never one to take away credit from people. I'm just trying to be real frank on this one, right?
Yeah.
But that's what Pittsburgh does, okay? Then they get Green Bay at home. Okay, you can kind of go, well, okay. Look, if you're going to be that team you want to be, you win those games. They should have a 3-game lead in the division right now. And if they did, it could be a whole different outlook for them. Now, I know you guys aren't living in Pittsburgh, but you guys are aware of the league. You know what it's like back there right now? Like, we nationally look at Mike Tomlin and have nothing but admiration for him. In Pittsburgh?
Yep, they're done.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're ready to run him out of town. The guy's never had a losing season.
And it's not really fair, quote unquote. Part of the not having a losing season has hurt the team in terms of draft position. They've never been in a position to go get one of those top quarterbacks to help rebuild with. So there's all been patchwork. They drafted Pickett. That didn't really work out. So they've played with people, right? And each year, this guy, can he get it for us? Can he do it for us? And somehow they fashion together a season that gets them to the playoffs. But then again, to that first round of playoffs, and they're not just losing now; they're getting blasted in the playoffs.
Yep.
And that's just not the Pittsburgh way. But it's one of those cycles where if you have pride, you don't play to lose, you don't tank. But they're almost too good in that. In a lot of ways, the job he's done is really underrated. But because you're Pittsburgh and you're expected to be there, you see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Their fans. If you want to start a real conflagration, you really want to start a fight for yourself, go to Pittsburgh and go, I just really admire Coach Tomlin, the fact he's never had a losing season.
You're right.
Just go and say that.
Oh, yeah, they're fired up.
And they go from 0 to 1,000 in the anger scale like you would not believe. So
Well,
that's just where we are. I'm with you guys.
I'm not going to cry.
It'll be a stunner if Baltimore. I know you won't, and nor should you. But we're at the stage now where I think we'd all be surprised if Baltimore doesn't win the division.
Yeah.
And I give Baltimore the credit if indeed that does happen. But I also lay a lot of blame on Pittsburgh's feet. To me, it's their own fault to be in the position they're in.
Yeah. And well, listen, fortunately, we won't see them for a little while, the Pittsburgh Steelers. But this Ravens team, and why the reason we're all optimistic about it is, they are playing better defense. Talked about it. We did this whole thing without talking about a guy who's leading the league in quarterback rating, who's thrown 15 touchdowns with only 1 interception, completing a career high 70% of his passes. That's Lamar Jackson. How have you seen kind of in his evolution? Because it's interesting this year, he is running fewest rushing attempts, fewest rushing yards per game in his career. He's under pressure more, but scrambling less. I'm in your talks. Is this by design? Are they just saying, let's wait? He was just a little banged up. Let's wait to unleash Lamar, the runner, more so? Or is this just part of his evolution, his efficiency as a passer makes it not as necessary to run?
Nate, I think it's all the above. I really do. But I think it's much more the evolution of him as a quarterback. It's been years now since we should have been talking about, athlete, quarterback, passing, all that. We should be well past all of that. And I think we are at this stage. He is looking to throw when he moves out of the pocket as much as he's looking to run, and probably leaning more towards throwing.
Yep.
Sure, there's an element of it. Hey, I'm coming off the hammy. I don't need to be doing all this, blah, blah, blah. Yes, let's save it for the playoffs when I can really sting someone. Sure. But you also see it in just how he's throwing the football.
Yep.
I mean, I'm seeing big-time throws. I'm not seeing he's throwing off a play action, the guy's wide open, and he shouldn't miss that throw. There's a big element of that because of the way they run it. He is making big-time throws, okay?
Yeah.
And he didn't even have his best game last week against Minnesota, and the defense played to a level last week that they can feel good about themselves. Now, I spent a lot of time talking about Baltimore and praising them to the sky. This is also the same team that in your first game, Derrick Henry couldn't get activated. Lamar Jackson didn't hurt you with his leg.
Nope.
Minus some other plays in that ball game. And, of course, that sounds ridiculous because the plays had to happen. But the defense played fine. They played more than fine. The game got away because of some other things in that game.
Yeah.
This is a Cleveland Browns team that is not – look, I know the record is what it is, but anyone who plays Cleveland has a full understanding that they are good enough to win more games than what's on their schedule. We've already been through the kind of curse part. You have to be kidding me. You guys drag Cincinnati up and down the field.
Yep.
All right? How the heck you lose that one? Your rookie kicker misses 2, right? Things go haywire. The Jets game, come on. That's a time capsule game. All right? Some professor one day is going to go, you're not going to believe this, kid. This team won this game, and let me throw some stats at you. What? Professor's getting fired, not getting tenure. No, that didn't happen, Prof. No, seriously, it did. Check it out. All right? So stuff like that. But if this game's played on kind of even terms, and let's say Dylan Gabriel has Cincinnati at 50% or better on third downs, we got ourselves a heck of a game come Sunday.
Yeah, which is what we all want. And listen, one of the things that always guarantees that the Browns defense is going to be in the mix is Myles Garrett. And you think about everything that's going on around him. He signs the big deal to stay here. This season certainly hasn't gone the way that he would have wanted, and he's tied for the league lead with 11 sacks. He's leading the league in tackles for loss. I think he's got 17 of them now through 9 games. Last year, he led the league with 22 for the whole season, and he's got 17. What, I don't know if we're out of superlatives, but what are you seeing from Myles Garrett, who looks like he is on his way to being a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, we're out of superlatives, but since we have come to praise him, let me leave it at this. He's ascended to that apex level of play. That means he is a professional through and through. You guys know his frustration level with the record. Who wouldn't?
Yep.
Remember, he was talking about getting out of Cleveland and liked the plan that they presented to him, and it hasn't taken full effect yet. But when I hear him talk and I see different things, yes, he's frustrated at losing, but to me, he's kind of gone out of his way to point out some of the good things he's seeing. He's seeing guys prepare the right way. He's seeing youngsters come along and play the game and take the game seriously the way it's supposed to be taken. He sees people give an effort. He doesn't kill a teammate who jumps off sides in a critical situation. In fact, he's there to have his back. I'm seeing a guy who's ascended to that 100% pro level, not to mention just his playing level is just so off the charts. The whole mix is there. And if he were a quarterback, he'd be the guy the whole country would be saying, God, he just needs one Super Bowl. That guy deserves one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And to me, that's kind of where Myles Garrett is. And last thing I'll leave you with, guys, all this lamenting about this season, and rightly so, no one wants to have the kind of season you're having. Since I came to CBS, this is my 6th season at CBS, you've been in the playoffs twice. People act like Cleveland is the dregs of everything, right? That's an old story. There's a reason things are going on the way they are this year. But with the talent level, how people are being accumulated, this is not the Cleveland Browns where you walk out and guess what? You're going to win the game against them. It's not that group.
Yep.
I just caution anybody who deals with them, turn on tape. You'll find out. But they've been in the playoffs twice since I came to CBS.
Yeah.
And both times convincingly so.
You're the best, buddy.
Yes.
Look forward to you on the call. Thanks for your time today. Greatly appreciate it.
Always great chatting with you guys. You take care of yourself, and thanks a lot for a 50-plus degree day.
Yeah, dialed it up for you.
I'd still be. If the snow was here, I'd still be in my hotel room with the temperature on melt. All right. So,
thanks, buddy.
Take care, guys.
All right. There he goes. Charles Davis, NFL on CBS analyst on the Twisted Tea Hotline, presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, official sponsor of your Cleveland Browns. Keep it twisted, Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski from the podium coming up next. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Add more fun to your fandom with the Bally Bet Sportsbook app. Download today, get 50 back in bonus bets. You place that wager of 10 or more. Bally Bet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Let's head to the podium. Here's your head coach, Kevin Stefanski. It's presented by Vivid Seats. Purchase your official fan experience package today for the ultimate game day.
Okay, obviously,
you guys are done.
Great opportunity at our place, division opponent, second time around seeing this team. And like we've talked about all week, we have to go play our best football, have to do all those things in a game as an offense, defense, special teams that give you a chance. So I've worked very hard this week and put in the work, and then Sunday we get to go do it in front of our fans, and that's the exciting part for us. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Denzel, did he just come down with this illness today?
Yeah, that was today, so I don't really have an update just yet.
With the oblique, was that today as well?
Yeah, just felt something early in practice, so did not finish.
Tyson, how have you seen him? Obviously, but if Denzel can't play, Tyson becomes the most experienced guy back there. Just how have you seen him kind of settle in over the last few weeks since he's been?
Yeah, I've been very, very impressed with Tyson, both on and off the field, just how he goes about his business, how he works, how he fits in with his football team off the field. And then on the field, I just think he's played so physical, plays the run game, has made plays in the back end with the ball in the air. So I've been very impressed with Tyson.
Malik can't play. Mike, I think, only played 3 defensive snaps last game. Are you guys going to up his workload potentially?
Yeah, he's certainly doing better and better every single week, every day. So he's ready for a bigger workload for sure.
A lot of games this year where it's one-score game, late third quarter, early fourth quarter, and unfortunately it just kind of unravels for you down the stretch. First Baltimore game is a prime example of that.
Yep.
What's the teaching lesson there to your team, and just how do you get these games across the finish line so they don't fall apart later?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 60-minute football game, so you have to have the mentality that you have to play your best both early and late. You're right. In the last game, we did not play well in any facet, especially late, and that's a huge point of emphasis, is playing as a team, and our offense and our defense and our special teams feeding off of each other and playing complementary ball. It gives you a chance in those games.
We were talking to Deuce about Quinshawn and the patience that he's shown. Is that something you guys really identified before when he was coming out in the draft, and how have you seen it shown up so far?
Yeah, I think patience for a runner is so important, but I think it's also a bit dependent on scheme. There's certain schemes that are slower developing, quote unquote, where you have to let the blocking scheme develop. There's certain schemes where you're really on the move and you have a read in the zone game, if you will. So I think it's the ability for runners to have the patience when needed, have the burst when needed, burst through the hole and not to the hole type of idea in a lot of the zone running game, and then just being true to your read in some of the other app scheme runs.
Tommy was talking about that 4th and 1. Yesterday he told us he wished he would have run the ball. When you guys are going back through that stuff, is it hard to balance sometimes, like, hey, this was a good call that didn't work, versus we should have called something different here?
Yes. I mean, it's the classic process over results. Sometimes you have a call that maybe wasn't a very good call and it works, and then everybody say, hey, great call. And, sometimes a player goes and makes a great play and trying to separate what your process was from the results. So the defense is going to win reps on given plays. It's just, it's how it works. Now you hope on that rep that it turns into, sometimes it's 1st and 10 and you were looking to get this coverage. You didn't get that. Well, quarterback had to get out of the pocket and throw an incompletion, and it's 2nd and 10. And that's not the ideal. That's not what we wanted. But you got to tip your cap and say, okay, defense made a good call there. So there's so many times throughout that game and throughout every game and throughout every play call that you're just trying to think about the players and less so about the plays, and then also think about your process that got you to those plays and got you to putting the game plan together.
For you, when you're not calling the plays, is the actual practice different?
No, I would not say practice is much different. Over the years, there's been practices where I don't radio the plays into the quarterback, so that's nothing different.
Sean is good inside, obviously, finding those little seams, and just as good in space. How unique is that for a young player to have that kind of balance?
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty unique. I think a lot of runners, Tom, over the years have certain schemes that they really like and want to get back to. I think of Adrian Peterson when I think about some of the things that Adrian, like give me this again. And runners like to see the same scheme, and that helps them as the game goes on. I think Q definitely has run schemes that he likes a lot, but I don't think there's limitations in any way to the type of scheme that you run with him. So to your point, whether it's a inside zone or a wide zone or a gap scheme or a toss scheme, I think he's has the ability to run all of those, and as a young player, I think is open to running all of those. But as he gets more reps and we get more reps around him, you certainly find the run schemes that he really wants to lean into, and Tommy and the staff have done a nice job already of identifying those. Okay, thanks, guys.
There's a new game day destination on Dog Pound Drive this season. Stop by Doghouse by NJM Insurance, made for Browns fans by Browns fans. You don't want to miss it. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM, proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. Fill your game day cooler with a refreshing taste of Twisted Tea, hard iced tea, smooth real brewed tea, 5% kick of alcohol. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea, keep it twisted. Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly. Can I interest you in a little game we like to call the overs?
I think I'm interested. I think I'm
unders?
very interested in it. Am I not?
You did win.
Hey!
But it was.
I didn't remember the third. I know I won 2 of the 3 that we had different.
You did.
I didn't get the sweep.
You did not get the sweep.
Oh.
So you had you won the under on Dylan passing yards, which was 195.5. You were correct in saying under. Gibby went over.
And I won.
You won Judkins and Judy versus Hall and Garrett Wilson.
Because he was just so pro Jets.
Well, one way to look at it. You were us a little bit pro Jets too in the Justin Fields total yards. So that was 225, and you went over. And Gibby went under.
Only threw for
50,
yards.
So that made it tough.
What was I thinking?
I don't know. Well, look, I mean, he was coming off
because it was a blowout, and he was going to have to
he's
throw
gonna
a
chase
lot.
it a
Yeah,
little
I was
bit.
just pro Browns.
Yeah, a little bit of that. So there you go. So you went 3 and 2. Gibby went 2 and 3.
Okay.
You only made up a yard, or game rather. So you are.
Cut the lead in half is what I would like to say.
That's a glasses half full way of looking at it. You are now Gibby is now 26 and 19 on the season. Dr. Z is 25 and 20 on the season.
I'll take it. I thought the damage was going to be far worse.
I could only get. It was either going to be a 3. I knew it was either I was going to gain 1 or 3.
Yeah, I wonder. I like the odd number. I wonder if we should add more to this, to the over-unders, so that can be a wider discrepancy week to week. And then maybe I'll enlist young Gabriel to maybe. So
I
maybe
think
we
it should
do,
be 7.
The over-unders committee comes up with 5, and then young Gabriel has 2 wild cards.
Well, I would look at it this way: you come up with 3.
Well, no, I'll do the 5. I've always been doing
but
that.
you have the 2 that are every week.
No, that's true.
So
that's
you
true.
come up with 3.
And
You
he
have the
comes
2 that
up
are every
with-
week. He comes up with 2, and now it's a best of 7.
No, it's a best of 7 every week.
Oh, and there are
I don't
5
mind
that
that.
are
What do you
real.
think about that, head honcho?
I'm fine.
Okay.
I'm good. I try not to make more work for everybody.
Ooh,
Yeah.
young Gabriel's going to have a way of asking questions that's going to be just delightful.
It is going to be a delight.
Anything that Nathan thinks can work into his favor.
Listen, I've won this every year. I don't need any change.
This is also true.
You need to be up by like 12 at this point. You're up 1.
I've been up by
Please.
more than 12 and blown it.
That's what I'm saying. We're in agreement, dude.
All right. So you, Zagura wins the week, and we head now to week. What are we at? Week 10.
Week
for
11.
us? Week 11.
This is week 11 in the National
baby.
Football League.
All right, here you go. Your overs and your unders.
Is young Gabriel coming up with 2 on the fly?
Nah, he doesn't need to. We'll have week. Give him a week to prep for it for next week. All right, Zagura, you go first. We're going passing completion percentage for Dylan Gabriel. A passing completion percentage for Dylan Gabriel. Your number to beat is 61.5% completion percentage. $61.5.
Hold, please. Let's do some riveting radio here.
I have it in front of me. He's only been over that number once.
I was going to say, can I
And
just
he
go
was-
while
go
PFF
ahead, go ahead.
Nate
Go ahead,
looks?
give it.
I'm going to go under.
PFF Nate. under for
Well,
Give
the
It.
analytics tell me.
He did have 100% completion percentage against the Ravens last time.
3 for 3. Can we add those 3 in?
To the end?
Yeah.
No, you cannot. Once this year he's been over
I'm
it.
tired of sitting here and doing a show
least you talked
with a
into the
guy
mic.
who is so down on this team. I know it's not fun right now. I know it's 2-7. This isn't where we want to be, but I'll be danged if I have to sit here and listen to Gibbe besmirch this organization and a young quarterback who's playing his heart out.
But last week I took the over on his passing yards, so I did.
Because you thought we were going to be behind.
I'm anti-Gabriel.
Then you
That's
had Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson, who had a donut above
Hold on,
Judy
you took
and
the
Judkins.
under on our quarterback last week.
Because we weren't going to have to throw much.
I think my pen broke.
Because we weren't going to have to throw much, Gibbe.
You need a pen?
No, I got
500
another
of
one.
them.
I just see
out of
there's like some ink going on here that I'm not crazy.
Well, don't white hoodie. That's
not going to be good. We're blue
not work-
Sharpie ink.
You already
Did
got
it get
something
hit?
on your sleeve there.
It looks like
no.
you ran into a blue Jalen Brown.
Did
Yeah.
it get me?
Something got you.
Sad. That'll be the end of this. The end of this.
No. We first of all, pure
we
white.
threw it
This
to
is
we
pure-
threw it to Nana.
This
Remember
is a
that
pure
on the hat?
white. No, this can
Where,
be bleached
how does this
out.
happen? What
I
has
don't know.
happened?
I don't know, but I
It's
would
almost
not.
like you.
Here,
Let me
do
see
you
your
want
hands.
a wipe?
Well, there was some here.
Maybe you scratched a little scratch, a back
Must
scratch.
have. Yeah, sad. Hate to see it.
Here, do you need a? Do you
No,
need
I got
a
one.
felty? Do you
I
want a
think I have
felter?
another felty in here. I think I have another felty. Where are you? Are you over or under the completion percentage of 61.5? Boy, I was so high on these pens too. Now this one's good.
Do you know what Theodore Herzl
It's the first
once
time
said?
that I've ever had one go south. Now I'm gonna have to rethink all of it. I thought I found an improvement on the felt pen market. Maybe not. All right. What did you say? Over or under?
Do you know who said it? Theodore Herzl. If you will it, it is no dream. Over.
Next.
Over, under.
All right, we're going to go. This is a three-way. You get a three-way here.
Hey, now.
Yep. Chief, Quinshawn, Judy, over, under, Henry, Zay, Andrews.
For what?
Total yards.
For what?
Fumbles.
Well, I don't like.
Total yards.
What are we talking?
Total yards, Gibbe. Total yards. Chief, Q, Judy, Henry, Zay, Andrews. Total yards.
I'm not completely sold on their defense.
Oh, baby.
I'm going Browns on that one.
An over for Gibbe.
Because we can stop Derrick Henry.
We can. We did last
And
time.
we put the blueprint out. What's he done since we played him? PFF Nate. What's he done?
He's been pretty good.
He had a couple
He's a couple 100 games. He's done 4 straight of over 70.
70.
He's been pretty good. Well, one of those was well over 70.
Where are you at?
I think we're going to be so far ahead in the fourth quarter, they're going to have to air it out. Lots of garbage time for Andrews and Zay Flowers.
We're going to beat them down.
We're going to beat them down
Yeah.
because Gabriel's going to go over. He's going to be completing passes like
So
you've never
I'm
seen.
gonna
People are
pick the
saying,
Ravens. Oh, look at me.
I'm going to go with the Ravens here
Yeah,
in
yeah.
chase
Under.
mode. Ravens chasing Amy.
It's a great movie.
Great movie.
Great scenes in that.
Ah, so well written. Punchy dialogue. They would
Very,
say.
very punchy dialogue. And Affleck before the teeth implants, which is a pretty wild thing to look back on. All right. Next.
Mallrats at Affleck.
Over,
is outrageous.
under.
Mallrats is better.
Yes.
Yes.
Much more fun.
Yes.
He's the proprietor of Fashionable Mail.
He really was. All right. I think those movies are extinct, by the way. I don't think anybody has seen any of those in the last 20 years.
I don't know why. They're hilarious.
Yeah, they're just, I don't think they get served on algorithms. I haven't seen them on anything in forever.
They should be.
Now they
Give me
will
a
because
Clerks.
people are listening.
They should. Yeah,
Give me-
Clerks, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy should all be in
the
great
rotation.
circulation along with the Austin Powers films.
I agree. All right, Dr. Z, this one for you.
Thank you.
Lamar, total yards, 255.5.
That's an interesting one. We already know that he's going to be in significant chase mode. We also know that he's not really running as much. 255.5, you say?
I do.
The last time that he would have accomplished that would have been against the Detroit Lions.
The Leos.
The Leons. Didn't even accomplish it against us. Chase all you want, Lamar. Under.
This doesn't make any sense what you're doing, but I love it. Give me.
I'm going under simply because of the weather.
Weather.
Gusts up to 40 miles an hour.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Yep, 45 degrees. Nothing says loving like a 425 kick.
And I think
what is the completion percentage I need that I've signed up for?
61.5.
Can we
it's
make
not
that
like
59.5?
It's not 90, or even 70.
59.5?
61. We'll be fine.
Committee, how many times?
I think it's like 61 degrees tomorrow in Columbus for that one.
Yeah.
It's like
no,
nice.
it's 63 here tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
And then tomorrow night, it
all goes to heck.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Over, under.
Sacks and turnovers, Gibby, the number's 3.5.
Just under at 3.
Under. Zagura, 3.5.
I mean,
I see your bald dome
for
when
this
you do
team
that.
is.
I see your balding dome.
This dome looks great. It's a gorgeous dome. By the way,
I shave mine. I have no problem with it. You're the one
you
that
look
might
great.
be in denial.
No, he's looking
I don't
great.
think so.
I think I'm doing.
I've
just
always
fine.
had these nice little.
Currently, that camera
little
angle
pockets.
right now, that glare off of the front.
No, you're seeing things. You're seeing
back the widow's peak.
Yeah, I
No,
do. But
it's
I've
not
always
supposed-
had some.
he's always had it.
I've always had it.
Always had.
Not when I was a young
you,
man. It was
Jan.
actually straight across when I was a young man. I'm going to go ahead and say over because I believe.
By the way, speaking of believing, you can believe you're listening to 850 WKNR Cleveland, a Good Karma Brands station.
That's amazing.
What did you say? Over?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next.
Over, under.
The actual Dr. Z, 38.5.
Over.
Give it.
Over.
All right. There we go. So we have 3 differences again this week. We'll see how it all shakes out. And then next week, we're going to throw caution to the wind and go with 7 over-unders.
We're going to call it the Dustin Daniels.
We'll start at 3:15. That way,
caution to the
get through all
wind.
this preparation.
Y2K. Second hour of the program coming up next. You'll listen to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Browns fans, visit clevelandbrowns.com/Sugardale to vote now for which Northeast Ohio high school marching band you'd like to see perform at halftime on December 7th. March to Midfield, presented by Sugardale and Meyer. Now let's have a listen to Z and Gerard from last night's Kevin Stefanski show with wide receiver Gage Larvadan.
We're very happy now to be joined by Browns rookie wide receiver Gage Larvadan.
Three-time Super Bowl champ?
Yes, that's sir. Right.
Super Bowl champ?
That's right. Three-time Super Bowl champ Gerard Cherry there, Gages. He had to spend some time with the New England Patriots, who you may have heard of. And, of course, we played against them. Gage, I just want to ask you, we talked to you a lot, obviously, in the preseason and everything you've gone through. When you finally got into that game and made your first NFL catch, is that something – do you have that ball? Is that something that you kind of, treasure? Because that's – all right, now I have played in the NFL. I have a stat in the NFL. I am an NFL wide receiver.
Yeah, it was a surreal moment. God's been good to me my entire life, and – I didn't keep the ball. Hopefully I
get a touchdown. We're going to get you a touchdown.
Hopefully I get one of those, get to keep one of those for sure.
Well, Gage, one of the things that impressed me in training camp was just simply put your attitude, your effort, and I feel that you're bringing that in the regular season as well. And taking you back to that kickoff covers play in which you got the return, we did the onside kick, and just your thought process as you recover that kick. What were you thinking, saying yourself at the time?
I was saying, if I get this ball, we get to stay on offense. I play offense, so I get to play offense. That's what I was thinking.
Did you have an idea that it was going to be? I mean, it's a low percentage play, but was there something in the look, or was there something about it that you guys had an idea that had a chance?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you go out there, you feel like you have a chance over the opponent. I did the easy part, honestly. The ball hit right where it was supposed to, and it went right over there's a guy, and I did the easy part, just caught it.
Getting involved now, obviously, as we get into this regular season. You have this great preseason, right? What have you noticed, if anything, is different when now these are the regular season games. You're going to get a handful of snaps. You're going to have your kind of package of plays that you're going to get in there, and what you've seen defenses doing to us, because preseason can be pretty vanilla, right? It's going to be pretty straightforward, and now there's a lot of game planning and scheming going on.
Yeah, I think for me personally, and it may vary from person to person, but I think me personally, the regular season, preparing for each game is a little easier because fall camp and off-season program is the entire playbook, and so we're going through every install, which is a more than when you look at the specific team and what they play, and then you make plays based off what they do. So it goes from, let's just say, 100 plays to maybe 30 that you're going to run against that specific team. So in my opinion, it's a little easier for game week.
Now, I didn't get the chance to travel to London when I was in the league. I was blessed and fortunate, obviously, to play in Super Bowls and all that. But just being a rookie, man, and having a chance to go to London and experience that, what was that like for you?
Yeah, it was cool. And that was my first game, too. So you can't forget that one. Eventually, I'll be able to tell my kids I played my first NFL game in London. And that was my first time traveling overseas, too. So it was a lot of excitement for sure.
When you come to the Cleveland Browns, I'm sure you get indoctrinated in some of the rivalries. To get your first catch in Pittsburgh against the Steelers, was that something you knew that was a little more special?
Yeah, I mean, it's still the rivalry thing's still kind of growing on me at this point. I guess I kind of catch myself on the sideline, dang, it's Aaron Rodgers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dang, I still even when Joe Flacco was here, I'm like, dang, it's Joe Flacco. Dang, Jerry Jeudy. So sometimes I'm like, hold up, I'm playing against these guys. We'll talk about. We'll think about that after here. So I'm kind of still in that surreal moment of dang, I grew up watching a lot of these players that we're going against. But yeah, the rivalry thing's still growing on me for sure.
So you was Minnesota your first game in London. So
yes,
you did not play in the game against the Ravens the first time, but this is probably a new thing for you, right? Going against a team twice in one season from your time on the practice squad. What is that like? What has that been like kind of this week, getting ready for a team that you already played this season?
Yeah, any person in sports, they say the hardest thing to do is beat a person or a team twice.
Right.
So just figuring out the matchups and figuring out what we did wrong the first time, what things we need to improve on, things we need to get better, and doing it. That's the process. That's the part that we love, that you love as a competitor, the process of figuring out how to do something.
Now, Nathan gave some of my statistics that I was fortunate enough to play on a Super Bowl winning team.
Three times.
Not just once.
3 times. Now, I also had some moments where I was on some teams that weren't having as much success. And obviously right now we're going through it. But what are you doing, my man, to keep yourself motivated, keep yourself saying, you know what, I'm going to stay on this grind, and I'm going to do what's necessary to help this team win some games?
Yeah, so sometimes we kind of get complacent, and one of my teammates, I won't say his name, but one of our teammates stood in front of us as a group, and he kind of explained that, you know, if you're a starter in this league, there's only 32 of you. There's 32 of you in the whole world. This is the highest level of football. You know, this is the highest level of football. It don't get no better than this. So there's only 32 of you. There's 53 people on each team. I don't know the math, 32, however many teams, but we'd be fools to take it for granted. You know what I mean? Right. So record or statistics or anything like that, at the end of the day, we wake up and we play professional football for a living. You know what I mean? There's people, there's single moms, people who struggling to, you know what I mean? We play football, man.
Right, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So anybody that's unmotivated, man, shame on you, man.
Right.
What was kind of the tone coming out of a game where we should have come out of that game against the Jets with a win? We did not for a variety of reasons, but kind of, you know, what was kind of the tone after that one? Because, listen, for you, I would imagine in your college career and for a lot of guys on this team that they're not used to this.
Yeah.
You know, Dylan Gabriel has said that he's lost more games this year than he's lost in any season at any point in his life.
Yeah.
How do you guys kind of deal with that? And especially because this is a young team. Our leading passer is a rookie. Our leading rusher is a rookie. Our leading receiver is a rookie. You're part of our leading tackler is a rookie. Like you're part of a rookie class here that is prominently involved. So a lot of you guys, this is totally new for all of you, kind of at the same time.
Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it, right? You got a group of guys who aren't used to this, so that tells you something about, you know, the upstairs and what they're doing. They're bringing in guys who are used to winning, and you know, at some point something has to change. And I think we have, you know, like you mentioned, the young guys who won't accept, you know, what's happening right now, and that's kind of the frustration. It lingers, but like I mentioned earlier, the process is what we love. The process of, you know, turning this thing around, and that's the beauty of it, because everyone those rookies that you mentioned, and even the older guys, we all want to be a part of the turnaround.
Yeah, right. And I love the process, because a lot of people would ask me, okay, what is the process? What's the difference between, from a study standpoint, college and the pro game? And I always tell them the difference is that you do way more studying in the pro game than you do from a college game.
Sure.
And I'm pretty sure that's your experience as well.
Yeah, for sure. Just being in the room with, you know, Jerry Jeudy. I've watched Jerry Jeudy in college, watched him in the NFL. So I'm in the room with him and other guys in the room. You know, they help you grow. They help you learn how to study. Because, honestly, I used to look at film and just watch myself like a highlight tape. I used to watch it like a highlight tape. You know, talking to those guys, you know, you start to look at stuff differently, and you begin to grow.
How much different, as you mentioned, you kind of watch it as a highlight tape, but now you're looking at the angle of their feet, the angle of their hips, any kind of tells you can get for what they want to do in their coverage. And, you know, you have a guy in Chad O'Shea as your wide receiver coach who has a ton of experience in this league. Gerard, were you guys cross paths in New England or no?
No, we did not.
No, but he's won Super Bowls as well with the New England Patriots. What's kind of that level like for you when you're getting kind of that level of coaching in detail? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. Everybody at this level can play. It's the people who execute their techniques and the people who are more precise that, you know, are going to have success.
Yeah, you hit it on his head. Everyone in this league is the best of the best. It all, like you said, it comes down to the details. And the best thing that CO does is he'll pull up film, and you can tell it's so old because it's not even like super clear how this TV is right now. It's kind of and it's Randy Moss, Julian Edelman, those guys just killing people in routes and stuff like that. So you know, his experience and what he brings to the table is great, and it's always easier when you can. It's always easier for someone to listen to follow instructions from someone who's done exactly what we all want to do, which is win a Super Bowl. He's done that. You've done that. So, you know, it's easy for me to sit here and be interested and want to take your advice versus someone who's never done it. It's kind of like trying to tell me you never did it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, and I know one of the things that I appreciate about you in particular, I said earlier, just your attitude and just how you go about your business. I picked up on that in training camp.
Absolutely.
And it's just guys that you identify as like, okay, he wants it, and you're still displaying those traits. As far as the season goes, what excites you with 7 games remaining, knowing that you're living out your dream?
Yeah, so one of the first things Coach told us, rookie minicamp day 1, he put on the screen, he said, write this down. So it's the first thing in my notebook. First notebook I got from the Browns, first NFL notebook, it says, make the team earn a road. I've made the team, and now I think these last 7 games and this whole process, but leading up to these last 7 games, I'm still in that earn a row aspect. And so every day I still like making the team was obviously a blessing, but for me personally, it's not enough for me.
Right.
And like I said, I want to be a part of this turnaround. I want to be the solution to the problem.
Gage, it has been great having you out here. Great and see, one of the great stories. Like every year, kind of going to training camp, and you're like, oh man, that's the guy. We're rooting for you. And Gage, you were able to make this football team, and now go out there and good luck continuing to earn that role. And we got to get you that first touchdown. That'll be an awesome moment.
All right, coming up next, your Sunday forecast and your keys to victory. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily. We're presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. And the future of recycling is here. Rumpke Waste Recycling leading the way. $100 billion recycling facility, North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center of its kind. It's right here in Ohio. Learn more by visiting rumpke.com. Your forecast for Sunday, a high of 46, a real feel, though, of 36, 50% chance of precipitation, sustained wind, west, northwest, 21, gusts up to 40, a stray shower in the morning, otherwise sun and some clouds, breezy and cooler. For your keys to victory between the Browns and the Ravens late Sunday afternoon down on the lake, we turn it over to Dr. Z.
Let's go. All right.
The scores are next.
Yeah, let's get to the scores. Listen, keys are simple. One thing that we've been doing, not turning the football over only 2 times in the last 5 games, that's good. Keep that going. Don't turn the football over. Now, they have 7 takeaways in the last 3 games due to the Ravens defense, so that's going to be certainly something that you've got to do. Again, it's kind of pull the string, play back what I said last few weeks. We need to be more explosive on offense. We've got to create some running room for Quinshon Judkins. We've got to take care of the football. Defensively, it's kind of do what we've been doing. We've been excellent at home, only 11 points per game. Stick with it here. This is going to be a game that hopefully we get more offensively, but last time it was just a one-possession game at the half. They only had 10 points in the first half to the Ravens, 7 of which came on a short field after a block punt, which brings me to the third point. Special teams has got to be clean. Got to be clean. We cannot have any of those special teams blunders. We need to bounce back bigly there. Needs to be a net positive. And if so, listen, we've beaten the Ravens 3 of the last 4 at home.
Yep. 4 out of 5. Let's go.
Can't say we wouldn't.
Can't say we wouldn't. We've done it. I know. I've seen us do it. We'll do the scores coming up next. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, presented by Ballybet, official sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns. Please bet responsibly on 850 ESPN Cleveland. Head to Vivid Seats, purchase your VIP lounge experience packages. Packages come with lower bowl tickets, parking, all-inclusive food and beverage, and the opportunity to watch players leave the locker room through the tunnel access. Visit vividseats.com/Browns today. Time for a little segment we like to call Do Pay Attention to the Scores.
To the scores.
I need one. Need a week.
Listen.
We had a chance to make a lot of hay coming off of that 13-2 2 weeks ago, and
we are net.
Yep.
We're still 44 games over 500 combined.
Yep.
Listen, and you had the 13-2.
Yeah.
You followed that up with 7-6, so we'll call that 20-8.
Yep.
And then a couple of 6-8 or so. I had 12-20, at 32, at 16-8. You're at 24. You're still 32-24.
It's fine, but like there, I thought maybe we were going to have it go on another one of those heaters, and it came back the last couple of weeks. We need to have a good week.
All right, so
we're doing all right.
I had 9-5 last
nice.
week.
Good job to you.
6-8. So we're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. 44 games over combined. We're in a good spot. And actually, I'd just say 46 because took care of business.
Took care of business last night. So there you go.
All right, this is the Jimmy Bang Bang edition of Pay Attention to the Scores. Let's go. By the way, somebody, no joke, we were just in where? New York?
Yeah.
Guy in the front row was like, that you paid for these guys' college with the scores with his kids. He's like,
Let's
you
go.
and Bo. Tell Bo. So there you go.
That's awesome.
I was like, you made my day. Thank you so much.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Makes me very happy. That's awesome.
Good. I'm very pleased.
Enjoy college.
Yeah, it's great.
Really a good time.
So much fun.
It's a blast.
Before we get going, I do want to remind you that today is opening day for The Running Man. In theaters today.
It's going to be, I'm going to have to be overwhelmed with people telling me how good it is because if I'm going to sit down for 90 minutes to watch The Running Man, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch The Running Man. The Running Man, which is, in my opinion, one of the great movies. It holds up today. You've got everybody who plays one of the characters is incredible. You got Jim Brown. You got Arnold.
Yeah, Arnold.
You got Jesse the Body Ventura.
So I guess Glenn Powell was saying
Richard Dawson.
Richard Dawson is
come on.
Dick Dawson's unbelievable.
The little lady who's like,
he's
I
unreal.
choose Ben Richards.
Ben Richards. So good. I was listening to something Glenn Powell did all the media for this because obviously they're hoping that this is a big time hit, and he's become this. Like he's taken 80s and he did it with Twisters, and now he's doing it with this. He did it with Top Gun. So he was saying that he had to be approved by Stephen King to do it, to be the guy. So that gave me some reason for optimism. It's a 63 on Rotten Tomatoes. So that is not it.
Why did
I think it's
need
just going to be a fun movie, and I'm not
remade?
going in with expectations.
Just
I can't
watch
compare it to the original one.
When's the last time you watched the real one?
Oh, I don't know.
So then what are you doing? Pop that in.
Yeah.
Watch The Running Man. You haven't seen it in decades.
Maybe I want to see the new one.
I watched it because I watched it as a kid. I didn't watch it as much as you. My more beloved Schwarzeneggers were Commando and Predator. But
that was
when we had
Columbia
this
House
discussion,
DVD. Check The Running
out.
Man.
Yeah.
Bring it to me.
Maybe I'm giving it back to you. Maybe I'm not.
When we, but I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I hadn't seen it forever, and I'm like, it's still great.
So great.
Really great. Yeah, it really holds up nicely.
Altering footage.
Yeah. It's good.
The Butcher of Bakersfield.
Really good.
G-Man needs to see the original Running Man.
Oh.
I think, so I was doing this with NBC where I was rewatching like action movies. Like the first one we did was Die Hard, then we did Commando, and then we did First Blood, I think. So we did some of those, and it's so fun to watch it with like someone who hasn't seen it.
Oh yeah,
and they're like, God, this is great. Like all of it held up.
Have you watched The Running Man with him?
I have not. No,
Sub-Zero, more like Plain Zero.
Yeah, but it could get a little dark for NBC.
Well, he's 13 now, so
Well.
like he walked. I was watching. I had the football on the secondary TV, and then I was The Godfather. I was watching a scene from The Godfather while they were in commercial. And it was when Carlo had enough of young sweet Connie, and that led to I do not want to watch this from the blonde, and then NBC was like, "Oh, is that what they did?" And I'm like, "No, it's not." But like, you just came down, you're on your phone for the last hour. Like, I'm here living my life. Like, let me live, you know. And so yes, there is some of that is a little different from that era.
Let's get down to it.
Let's do
Week
it.
11 in the National Football League. It's time for the scores.
Let's do it.
We take you to Madrid to kick things off. Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. When the schedule came out, boy, this looked fun. Tyreek Hill, Jaden Daniels. You'll get none of it, and you will not like it. The Commies have lost 5 in a row. They take on a 3-7 Dolphins team. Bo Bishop, lead us off.
Yeah, I didn't think it would go like this, but I did think that this would be a big step back for Washington this season. Like, sometimes things just come too quickly for you, and it felt like it did for them. I think, honestly, like, it would almost be just fine if they just stay in this spot. And lost season, Jaden back next year, get healthy, get some high draft picks, and away you go.
Get a wide receiver, take care of that problem.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like Terry McLaurin's doing
not,
you a whole lot of good.
No. So I think Miami turned the corner a little bit. Mikey McDaniel's driving around taunting Bills fans. I'm going to take the Dolphins to win at the Estadio Bernabeu. And I'm going to have them win.
And by how much?
And I'm going to have them win 27-21.
Safe.
All right. Sunday.
Do you think that we'll get this game in España?
Yeah.
Wonder if I bet I'm gonna call for a commercial in this broadcast that features Feliz Navidad.
I think it's in play.
I think it's in play.
We're
going to go ahead and we're going to wet our beak a little bit.
Did you guys see they did Real Madrid asked their players if they could name NFL logos? Identify the teams by logo.
Was it better or worse than what happened in Nashville?
With a schedule release?
It was better than that, but not a whole lot.
Really?
Yeah. And you just realize that, like, to them, they're like, I don't know.
They're like, no, we play the biggest.
We're Real Madrid. Settle down. Sure, the Green Bay Packers are nice. Where's Green Bay? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. We're doing fine in Madrid.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
To the Sunday 1 o'clock slate and the NFC South. And the team we're relying on this week to shut down the Carolina Panthers and NBC's dream, the gutless Atlanta Falcons. Losers of 4 in a row, 3-6. Atlanta playing host to Carolina. Zagora.
Also coming back from being overseas. They were just in Berlin. And I know for us, we came back and we just had, they're at home. We basically kind of were at home. We just had a bus drive to Pittsburgh, and it was not great for us.
Yeah, at least they got a home game out of it.
It was not great for us, but they were in Berlin.
Yep.
Hoff had 36 beers, which is just
Thank
incredible.
God he's not playing in this game.
Which is just an incredible performance.
Could you do
by
that
the way,
in
how
a
about
day?
How about the Hoff making a stir yesterday? He sent people into an absolute frenzy.
It was a frenzy. I saw that.
Frenzy. I'm getting texts. What's happening? Is he going to work for the Ravens?
Yeah.
So I texted him. And I'm like, Hoff, what happened? He's like, what do you mean? So he has some app that sends from a post from one thing to the other thing, and somehow it got messed up because they had to take pictures of this, whatever. And Reese pressed the wrong button, sent it out, so it had that like kind of cliffhanger of after, and we didn't know what that meant. And it was, I think it's going to turn out to be a Hall of Fame beef Cleveland specific gift box.
Nice.
Which is but it very much sounded like, I love Cleveland. I'm always a Clevelander, even though I'm leaving now to go work somewhere else. Is what it sounded like.
Last night, it was like during the coach's show, we were like, what?
What is going on with
So I talked to him. So I said, by the way, new CMO of Hoff Beef is young Reese, because she got more buzz than just the straightforward post would have generated.
She did. Yeah. She created a talking point, a little bit of a moment.
The LeBron Hennessy thing.
There you go.
Although that was more poorly received than this.
Much poorly received.
The point that I'm making is
the same one that I'm going to make, I think.
Atlanta 36, Carolina 39.
I just don't know how anyone who plays football professionally is ever going to beat Carolina again. I think they're the best team in the league. I think the average score from here on out is going to be like 97-2, and I think that's what I'm going with here. Carolina 97, Atlanta 2. Worked last week, Gibby.
I can't get in your way.
Worked last week.
I'm just trying to limit the damage.
I know. Worked last week. Let's go.
This is a big one in the 1 o'clock window. We'll be watching this as we get ready for our game.
Moly.
Tampa Bay is 4-1 on the road, 6-3 overall. They are at 6-3. Buffalo. No Bucky Irving again. No Godwin out again. Dalton Kincaid out for the Bills. Bills hosting Tampa Bay. Bo Bishop.
All right, we need a ruling. We have a discrepancy.
What's your discrepancy?
Do you feel this how I feel this? So we would want the one on this.
Well, just because the fact that it even started here,
and then
they are. Yes, I'm with you.
Yep. Okay. All right. Very good. I think that Bake and the Bucs are going to be fine. I think they're going to make the postseason. I think they're going to win the division
by default.
But with all of those things, but I think Buffalo, big bounce back after the beatdown last week. I like the Bills at home, comfortable, 31-24.
This is a big number for a Bills team that just lost to the Miami Dolphins.
That's right.
This is a big number. By the way,
robust.
I was watching, as I do in the mornings with young Luca as we get him ready, watching a little Good Morning Football this morning.
Yeah.
And there was an analyst on the program today who basically said, we're just waiting for Josh Allen to be like Josh Allen again, that he's not playing with confidence and he's not being productive and this, that. And I'm like, hold on a second.
Wait a second.
So let me go look.
What am I missing?
Let me go to the old computer here. So Josh Allen is completing a career-high 70.3% of his passes, 2,139 yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks. He has a career-high 8.1 yards per attempt that he's averaging. His quarterback rating this year is 105.7. That's also a career high for him. He's led 2 game-winning drives, has a fourth-quarter comeback. They're 6-3, by the way. Oh, did I mention this? Maybe I haven't yet. He also has run for 311 yards and 7 touchdowns already.
Yeah, he's fine.
So I was like,
what is this about? Does it even matter if what you say is accurate
like, I need
anymore?
to see Josh Allen be, Josh Allen again. That's what everybody's been waiting for in Buffalo. I'm like, what are you, huh?
I think he's fine.
No, I think their defense has been a bit of a problem, but I think Josh Allen's been just fine. Nonetheless, had to share that. Long way. Bill, this is one where they're saying, hey, America.
Yeah, come on
this
in.
Is
Water's
too
warm.
easy. The water's warm in Tampa Bay. We're going, what is that? Gasparilla.
Yeah.
Gasparilla. Let's get on the boats here.
How about a score, buddy? We got to get like 8 more games.
We're fine,
in.
Gibby. You're
I
safe.
already said same, Gibby.
I didn't hear that.
Well,
you
maybe
have one show to listen to, Gibby.
Maybe if you heard better.
Sorry, Gibbs, I didn't either.
Thank you, Kev.
Oh, now Kev coming.
Thank you, Kev.
G-Man heard it.
G-Man heard
didn't hear
it.
anything.
3
He's
against 2.
watching
3 against 2.
3 against 2.
Majority whatever
wins.
the hell it is.
Kev, whose side are you on?
Sad.
I got a lot going on back over here, all right?
Okay. All right, well, it just felt like you were choosing a side there. It would have been very easy.
No, I'm just saying, like, I only saw the time. I didn't hear what you said, so I'm sorry.
Well,
we move on. AFC South, we go back. The Texans, no C.J. Stroud, on the road visiting Nashtucky and the Tennessee Titans. Titans not wearing the Oiler uniforms, by the way.
You're 1-8. You can't use them.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Titans hosting the Texans. Nathaniel.
This line is a little surprising to me. I thought it would be perhaps more robust, and I believe it probably was when we did Guess the Lines.
I don't think so.
No, I think it's been here.
I got this one wrong, for sure, would be my thought process on that. I feel good about Texans. Woody Marks, Davis Mills, it's a big win, a come-from-behind win. They're feeling good. They got a great defense. I think they could win this one 6-0, and it would still be fine for our purposes.
Yep.
So Texans 6, Titans 0.
Same.
We move on to the NFC North. A big one here as the Bears, winners of 2 in a row, 6-3 on the year, tied for first now with the Lions, head to Skull Country to take on the 4-5 Minnesota Vikings. I feel like this is a pretty important game here for the Vikings, who are 2-0 in their division. The Bears 0-2 in the NFC North. Bo Bishop.
Yeah, and one of those losses to 0-2 was the opener. They lost to Minnesota in Chicago when McCarthy wins and has a decent second half, but not a great first half.
Like a decent quarter, yeah.
Yeah, like a quarter. You're right, like the fourth quarter, and that was kind of it. I just think there are major red flags for him right now. I'm not suggesting that it's not going to be fine down the road, but the lack of connection with those two wide receivers is pretty stunning to me, and I think it comes back to bite them on Sunday. I like the Bears outright in this one, 27-21.
Help me understand why the Vikings are the favorites.
Home.
What about them inspires any confidence in you right now at all? Nothing.
Yeah.
So therefore, I just think this one feels way too easy. I feel like they are setting a bear trap.
Oh, baby. That's a big trap.
It's like we're back at MVD, baby.
Oh, God.
Vikings, big. Skull. Snow is falling. Vikings pull this one out. 27-24. JJ turns into 9. It silences the critics.
We move on. Another NFC tilt in the 1 o'clock slate. It is the Mike Kafka era beginning for the G-Men in New York. Jameis Winston gets the start. Giants hosting the Green Bay Packers, who have lost 2 in a row. They lost to the Eagles on Monday night. The week before, losing to Carolina. Not sure which Packer team will show up, but Packers in Jersey to take on the G-Men, Nathan Zagura.
Score in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Packers 30. Giants 17.
Oh, I thought you were going the other way there.
Jameis Winston's got the ball late.
There's
the
a knock,
Packers
but is
have
there?
it locked up. It's all locked up. He's already thrown his pick sixes. He's not
done
going to
it.
be delivered from him. But all he's going to do is go, boom, 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 boom. Touchdown, Giants, 30-24.
Samesies. Yep. Screams it.
Screams it.
It does. Yep.
Another one we will be watching in the 1 o'clock window on Sunday from Huntington Bank Field. The Bengals. Joe Flacco led for now. The Bengals on the road in Pittsburgh. By the way, what's that field going to look like after Pitt and Notre Dame tomorrow? Game day's there. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pukers hosting the Bengals. Trey Hendrickson is out. I don't know if he ever wants to play again for that team. I wouldn't blame him. Bo Bishop.
I just don't know that Pittsburgh is 5+ over anybody. And I know the Bengals can't stop anybody, but the Steelers really struggle. I think this is a must win for Cincinnati. Must win. I don't know if they'll do it, but I think it's going to be really tight. I like the Steelers winning a gross game 6-5.
Gives me no joy to say that this game is going to be decided on a field goal by Chris Boswell. Now, Andrew Siciliano is going to be very excited about this.
He loves Renegade.
Gibbe is going to be excited about this. Pittsburgh Peepaw, they call him.
Loves the nachos.
The Nacho King of Pittsburgh.
Yep. Sucks down to Primanti's.
Oh, he loves it. He says, the fries.
And the fries.
Fries on a sandwich.
Slaw.
Oh, the slaw gives a nice little crunch.
Oh, gosh.
The freshness.
Aioli, probably.
Ooh, hopefully more of
there.
a vinegar-based slaw there. Steelers win it. Gross. 27-24.
By the way.
So they could win it 27-21. Oh, fine. Yeah, sure. We'll take that. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Final one in the 1 o'clock window, and I got a feeling we're just going to take this 53, Kev, FYI.
Fantastic.
You got it.
What a win.
NBA action.
I was just admitting a mistake. I'm sorry, guys.
You're good. The Los Angeles Chargers have won 3 in a row. They're 7-3 Chargers on the road in the armpit of America to take on the 5-4 Jacksonville Jaguars.
Like
Nathan
74
Zagura.
and sunny down there today. I bet.
Chargers, huge. By the way, did
same.
you guys know that Justin Herbert has a brother who plays tight end for the Chargers and looks exactly like him and talks like him? And how did I not know this until
Why
today?
was that story not told when he was at Oregon? How did we miss it? I don't understand. No, it's crazy. It's crazy. Samesies. Which helps us. Free fall for Jacksonville. Free fall right now.
Free fall.
All the weapons are
Come
gone.
on now.
Come on now.
Picture it. A free fall.
Let's go. Let's go.
I feel like right there I sounded like the guy, I don't remember what movie I'm using where he goes that, where he does that, where he does that. But it's the guy who was the dad in the movie with Pauly Shore where he ends up on the farm.
Oh my God! You
That
sound
character
just
again
Like
is
that
a
guy. He's also in. He's also in The Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy.
Yes.
He's the Ways and Means Committee boss.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy's
But
great.
he does that at
Yeah,
some
he
point.
does that. Yeah.
Picture it.
Yeah, that's right. He does. That's great.
To the 4 o'clock slate and some good ones while we're playing the Ratbirds. Seahawks at Ramit. Devontae Adams with an oblique expected to play. Rams, Seahawks 7-2 versus 7-2. Bo Bishop.
This is a great one.
Oh, yeah.
This is a great one. This is my, other than us, favorite game of the week.
Can't they put this on Monday nights?
Yeah, or even Sunday by itself, although the Sunday Nighter's pretty good too. I think it's a classic. I do think the Ramets win it, but I think it's by a field goal, 31-28.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I couldn't agree anymore.
Good. Here we go. 49ers, Cardinals. Brock Purdy is back. Pedro, not Pedro. Go.
Nate Spumoni.
Next.
Nate. Niners, monster. This is to be a beating.
Yep.
It's all unraveling in Arizona.
Isaiah Pacheco out for the Chiefs. Chiefs in Denver. This is the CBS A game of the week. Bo Bishop.
The Broncos do not beat the Chiefs when it matters. Chiefs are up against it, 5-4. They get it, and they get it just comfortable enough. 20 I'm going to go 24-20. 24-20.
Same but different.
Oh, no.
The Chiefs do get it.
But
not comfortable.
Oh, no.
24-21.
Oh, baby. Massive difference between us on that one.
1 minute.
Final one, Sunday Night Foosball, Leons, Eagles from the city of brotherly love, Nathan. Quickly.
Something's wrong with the Eagles.
Yep.
The A.J. Brown, they keep winning, but give me the Leons outright here.
Samesies.
I think we have to do our game, too, because this is
We
it.
do. Yeah, we got to
do.
do it. Go,
And Ohio
Browns.
State.
Go.
Shock the world.
Let's go.
Does Ohio State cover this week?
Yeah.
30.
42-7. 42-7. Sunday, 12:30 Browns game day. Ken and Gerard, 2:30 the kickoff show with Andy and Tyvis. 4:25 kickoff Huntington Bank Field. Andrew, Z, Gerard. Don't miss any of it. We're back Monday to break
15.
it all down. Thanks for listening to Cleveland Browns Daily, 850 ESPN Cleveland.